It's your girl Shannon Marie, and I'm back with another hair video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do feed-in braids on natural hair and how to make that hair lay down. And go ahead and subscribe to flynubianqueens.com and also Fly Nubian Hair as well. And let's get started, guys. I'm using the Eco Styling Edge Control. It actually works really good for natural hair. What I'm doing now is I'm going to go ahead and detangle the client's hair, and I'm using just a wide tooth comb that I got at my local hair store for about $1, 99 cents. And then you're going to basically put that edge control on the edges of the client's hair. You're going to just make sure you have enough. You don't have to put too much, but you don't want to have not enough either to lay it down, because once you apply the other products that I'm going to show you in the video, then you'll understand why I say you don't have to use a whole lot. So when you put that edge control on those edges, you're just going to take your comb and smooth it on out, and use your fingers while you smooth it out. And I also use an edge control brush that I use and that I smooth out, and I use that in like all my videos if you ever see it, because I love my edges, they be popping. And then you're going to take the rat tail comb, and you can either part it like how I'm parting it. Sometimes I even use my fingernail because they're pointy, but we're going to use the rat tail comb today. And then you're going to just go ahead and use the end of that rat tail comb and make a nice clean part. Sometimes, depending on how rough the client's hair is, depending on how it actually lays down, if it's going to curl up or if it's just going to be too rough for that edge control to lay it down, what I'll do is I'll take the edge control and I'll put it on that part. That way, when you put it on the part, it'll clean it up. But with this client's hair, we don't have to use a whole lot of product, because the other steps that I use in the end actually lays her hair down. And I'm just basically going to tie the other side of the hair out of the way so that I can focus on the actual braid. And we're going to just take those clips and we're going to put the clips on, and then we're going to continue. I did a zigzag part. You see how I did that there? I'm going to take a little bit of edge control and I'm going to put it on the client's hair. And that's just the smoothing process you use. You just use the brush and the comb and your fingers, guys. And you can do it as many times as you feel like you can. You don't want to do it too many times, because you can set this client under the dryer in the end. You don't want to have to let the, have the client in the chair for too long, but you can do it a few times. And then once it's dry, even if you wanted to do another step that I did not do in this video, but you can go ahead and you can put the edge control on the client's hair in the end if you wanted to. Put her under the hair dryer, and then take her back out, put some more edge control, then stick her back under the hair dryer. But I'm going to show you how I did it. All right. And you see, I'm just going to comb that product through. That's just, I put a little Eco Styling gel in there. That way that it blends with the braiding hair. And you don't have the natural hair sticking out of that braiding hair, because the braiding hair is kind of fine. But I'm just going to take my brush and the edge control brush and the edge control Eco Styling gel, and I'm just going to smooth this client's hair out. Patient, my God, like she's at the hospital. But I'm going to go ahead and start adding in the pieces. Like I'm doing here. I'm gonna take my fingers. I actually have a video on this part where I actually feed in the braids. If you go ahead and like and subscribe and go ahead and catch me on Fly Nubian Hair, then you will be able to have a better video of me actually putting in the feed-in braids. But I'm just braiding this client's hair, but I want you to see the steps that I take to make it smooth without flat ironing the client's hair, because flat irons can break your hair out. So I'm just going to show different steps that people can use, because we all have different type of hair textures. So this step might help someone who has a little bit rough texture, and even with the finer hair, it even helps it lay that down as well. So this might be a step that can help a few guys out, you know, with the smooth part, without putting heat damage to your hair. But right now, I'm just going to go ahead and continue to feed in those braids. Please subscribe to flynubianqueen.com. Also, like, share, y'all. Do all of that good stuff. Also, come and check us out at Fly Nubian Hair. It is a growing page, but come and check us out. We are looking for more subscribers. And also, if you're interested in being on Fly Nubian Hair, just let me know. And hey guys, if you're about that money flow, subscribe to flynubianmoney.com. And if you want to learn more about businesses, just subscribe to flynubianbusiness.com as well. And I'm going to continue to feed in those braids. And I'm going to braid it all the way to the end. This client is going to actually get color to the ends of her braids. It's more like a fall color. It's like a burnt orange that she's getting added to the end. And I'll show you guys how I do that as well. And I also have another video where I actually just do that part, where I just feed in the ends of the braids. And you also keep a nice tight grip whenever you're braiding anyone's hair. It doesn't matter the hair texture, because the tighter it is, the longer it lasts. But know how to protect those edges as well. Don't pull that as tight as you will pull the back piece, because you know the back is a little bit more thicker. But you want to protect those edges, guys. And if it won't fit, just go ahead and do you a little baby hair. No need to try to stretch it out and put more stress on that front of your hair, because who doesn't want popping baby hair, and who doesn't want edges? Walking around with no edges, no, that's not going to happen. So we're going to continue to feed in that braid and bend we're in the back, so we can put a little bit more attention to the back, because it's thicker and it's not going to pull out the hair. Because there is a such thing as braiding too tight, but then you don't want to braid too loose, because who doesn't want their braids to last? You just got to know what parts to braid the tightest and what parts to make look like it's braided real tight, but it's not going to come down, if that makes sense. But I'm going to continue to feed in that braid. And you're going to braid the braid all the way down to the end as much as you can, because the farther down that you braid it down, the better it is. Because in the end, once you dip it in that hot water, it's going to actually seal those braids, and it's going to lock in those braids so that it doesn't come down. So braid it to the end as much as you can, and it just looks neat, and it just looks better to me when you braid it all the way down to the end, guys. And like I said, we're going to go ahead and we're going to add some of that burnt orange to the end, because it's coming, and you know, it's about that season, those colors. You see that color that we're adding to the ends of the braids. And then I'm going to just braid it all the way down to the end, like I said, because I'm going to actually dip it in hot water in the end off camera, because it is a little dangerous, and it's just something that I just usually don't do on camera. And I'm just going to continue to braid the hair all the way down, guys. So, hey. And it's important to braid all the hair all the way down to the end. Like I said, once again, I don't know how many times I'm going to say it. So once we dip it in hot water, it'll seal those ends, guys. You see that end? It's nice and pretty. Yes, come through. Edges is going to be laid on the end. Then you're going to just take those clips out, guys. And you're going to pretty much do the same method that you did on the first braid. You're going to use a little bit of that equal edge control. Yes, queens, apply that edge control. Smooth it out with that comb, just like I'm doing here, and use the hand and use the comb just to go ahead and push the hair to the side and just make it as smooth as possible. Because you don't want to put heat to the hair. I hate when people say that in order to have the braids to look neat and smooth, they have to put heat to the hair. If we're natural, you don't want to put heat to the hair. This is a good method that you can do. And the steps, once I complete the braiding style, when I'm actually complete, I'll show you the steps that I take in order to go ahead and lay all the frizz away and to make it look nice and clean. And I'm just taking the end of that red tail comb and I'm making a zigzag part all the way down to the neck, the back of the neck, the kitchen, you know, that kitchen that your mama used to grab with that hot comb, all the way down to the end of that kitchen. And we're going to continue to just zigzag it all the way down to the bottom. And you can apply more edge control if you need it, but you shouldn't need that much. And then you're going to go ahead and use those clips to put the other hair out of the way so that you can focus on the braid. And I'm just going to use that clip to clip the hair out the way, just like I'm doing here. And we do have the zigzag part once again, and like I said once before, if you want to make it a clean part, and if you're not that good of a parter, apply the edge control directly on the part and it'll make the part look more smooth and more cleaned up. You're gonna take a wide tooth comb and just detangle the hair. Start from the bottom to the roots. And then you're gonna put the edge control on the client's actual hair, so that when you smooth it out and when you pull, it'll just make you look nice and neat. And once I do those methods in the end, it'll also make it nice and smooth. And that I just combed the product to the end, and then I'm going to take a small piece and I'm going to break it down into 3 different pieces. And if you need a better video of me doing fit-in braids, I do have more videos on Fly Nubian hair. Subscribe, like, all of that good stuff, guys, and also subscribe to FlyNubianQueen.com. And if you're about that money flow, subscribe to Fly Nubian Money as well. You see, I'm going to take those 3 braids, 3 pieces, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to apply the braiding hair just like I'm doing here. I'm going to feed in the braid, but this is not the most important part. The most important part is that I'm going to show you how to make the hair look smooth on natural hair without putting heat to the head directly. We are going to use a hair dryer. I'm going to set on the hair dryer, but it's not gonna damage the client's hair. I'm sorry about that. And I'm gonna continue to feed in that braid while grabbing hair from each side and pulling it as tight as I can. Well, not as tight as I can, but as tight as I need to. And then we're gonna continue to braid. You want to make sure you keep a nice tight grip, guys. That is so important so that the hair doesn't move when you're braiding, because then it'll cause, like, you can tell like when your finger actually moves, because it'll look like kind of like a loop. So just keep it nice and tight so you won't get that loop braid. And you're going to continue to braid and add in that braiding hair all the way down to the end, to the back of that neck, guys. You know, that kitchen, like we said. And I'm going to add a little bit of that hair, the color, to the braid. It's a smaller braid. It's a shorter braid, I should say, that I'm doing. So I'm going to add the color to this braid because she said she wants color in some of them. So I'm going to do every other one. And then we're going to just do that and continue to fit in that braid. And you're gonna just braid back and forth, and you're gonna, like I said, you're gonna pull the hair from left to right as much as you need to, depending on the hair texture and type. With her hair, it smooths pretty decent, so I can just put a little attention to it and keep on braiding. And we're gonna bring it all the way down to the nape of the neck. Make sure you keep a nice tight grip like I'm doing here, and then you're gonna braid it all the way down to the end. While keeping a nice tight grip. And I like to braid mine all the way to the tip end. This because it won't come down, and it just makes it look more neat, and it just makes it look better to me, and it gives it like its own little pointy look. It's not like a clean across. Just make sure you braid it all the way down to the end, because you're gonna dip it in the hot water in the end, and it's gonna seal in that braid once again. And then that's pretty much what you do, just to seal those ends. Some people burn them, but I don't think that looks professional and neat, so I like to braid mine all the way down to the end. That way it doesn't have that burn on the end of the braid. And then I kind of sped up the video a little bit, guys, because we're pretty much going to do that same method. You see how I'm leaving out her edges? I'm going to just do that because I'm going to do the baby hair, and I'm going to show you how to lay it down without putting that heat and stuff to the hair that people always put that heat. You don't have to put heat. You can make your hair as straight as possible with this edge control. If you want to make it shorter than what I'm doing now, you just actually repeat the steps that I'm going to show you. 1 second. So let's go ahead and finish up this last feed-in braid, and I'll show you the steps that I take to lay down that natural hair and to kind of make that curl pattern straight. Right now I'm just feeding in the braid. You're gonna take the hair, like I said, you're gonna pull her from left to right, pulling the hair as tight as you need to pull it, just to make the braid nice and tight. Please subscribe to FlyNubianQueens.com. Also follow Fly Nubian Hair. Subscribe, like, share all that good stuff, guys. Subscribe, like, share all that good stuff, guys. I want to sound like a broken record. Subscribe, like, share all that good stuff, guys. Subscribe, like, share. No, just kidding. But no, just go ahead and just do a favor and go ahead, and it only takes a few moments. Just go ahead and subscribe, like, to all of those channels for me, please. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna finish up this feed-in braid. And make sure you braid it all the way down to the end of the neck. That way that it hangs properly. And then you're going to continue to add in that braiding hair to give it that feed-in look. You're going to continue to add in that braiding hair, and like I said, you're going to grab hair from left to right, pulling it as tight as it needs to be, so that you can make the braid nice and tight and neat. And continue to add in that braiding hair. And don't forget to braid it all the way down to the end. That way you can lock in that braid so that it doesn't come undone once you dip it into that hot water. You're going to continue to add in that braiding hair. And you're going to take the hair, you're going to keep it nice and tight, and you're going to continue to add in that braiding hair depending on how long the client wants her hair. Then that depends on how many times that you'll actually add in that braiding hair. And I'm going to braid it all the way down to the end, guys, so I can lock in that braid. And make sure you braid it all the way down to the end, because it's important to braid it to the end so that once you dip it in the hot water, it'll settle in those braids once again. And then I'm going to show you how I actually do the baby hair and the methods that I use to make her hair lay down. And it's coming now. Okay, so she's done getting her hair braided. There's the finishing look. But we're not quite finished. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take some Cream of Nature foam and we're going to apply that to the client's braids. And we're going to just basically do what I'm doing here, taking the foam and smoothing it through the client's hair and braids. It just gives it a nice smooth look. It's kind of like molding the braids. And to do your baby hair, you're just going to need your rat tail comb and your edge control brush / comb. I'm using the Eco edge control for this baby hair, and what I'm doing now is I'm basically just forming the baby hair. I put a little bit of that edge control mixed in with that foam, and then I'm taking the rat tail comb to make it nice and neat. The end of that rat tail comb just cleans up the baby hair, and then I'm taking my finger to make it smooth. And then you can just continue to apply the edge control on the baby hair as much as you need to make it smooth. And then take the end of that rat tail comb to actually make it a lot more neat with that comb. This is going to give the line a nice clean look when you use that rat tail comb. And then I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. I'm going to apply some of the edge control, and I'm going to take my finger and the comb and I'm going to smooth it out, and then I'm going to use the end of that rat tail comb like I'm doing now to make the line nice and neat. And the end of that rat tail comb is actually your friend when you're doing edge baby hair. You see how that baby hair looks, how it's nice and neat. But you can do the baby hair however you like. Some people like light baby hair, not too many loops. Some people like a whole lot of loop, you know, make it exotic. I prefer mine to kind of shape with the client's head. It just really depends on what type of hairstyle and what type of head that they really have, just to be honest. But I'm kind of much just freestyling with this client's hair, and just making it nice and cute, you know. She does have a lot of baby hair that I didn't want to put in the braids because I didn't want to break it off by grabbing the hair and pulling it too tight. So that's the reason why her baby hair is taking a little bit longer, because I'm actually going ahead and I'm forming those smooth little swoops in the front with her hair that I didn't want to pull too tight. And I'm just using that end of that rat-tail comb to make the edges nice, y'all. When I say edges, that's what I mean, edges. And then you're going to just continue to just smooth it on out with the comb. Just make sure the baby hair is nice and neat and how you would like it, and that's it. Now what I'm doing now is I'm taking, like, it's like the end of, it's like paper wrap. You're gonna go ahead and you're gonna tie the patient's edges down with that. And if you like, I tie the whole head down. It's gonna look kind of funny, but it helps the braids look nice and neat. And like I said, it takes away those flyaways, and that way you don't have to use a lot of edge control and heat to your hair. It's supposed to be a protective style, so we're gonna protect that head. And I'm gonna let it touch pretty much all of the braids. That way it can be nice and smooth, because this client is actually natural, and I want to make it as smooth as I can. But I'm not gonna. This is the step that I said that you will have to repeat if you wanted to make it smooth. Like, I will go ahead and set her on the dryer for maybe 5, maybe even 10 minutes, depending on the hair. Then pull it back out of the dryer, and then use that edge control again and take it between and on all of the braid and hair, and just put the edge control on the hair and smooth it out with the comb, and then put it back on with that. And then you see how I'm actually putting on those like end paper strips to tie the hair down. It's just the more you push it, and the more you put on there, I should say, and tie it down, just the smoother it'll be. And this client always wants it to touch every braid, so this is how I tie it down so that it can keep it nice and smooth. And then I'm going to cut that off, and then we're going to get this finishing look here. It's your girl Shannon Marie. Subscribe, like, all that good stuff, guys, and I'm out.